THORSwap has just launched the Avalanche Aggregator, allowing you to swap between Avalanche tokens and everything else already integrated into THORSwap, including THORChain, native assets like BTC, Atom, ETH, BNB, and more, along with all of the aggregated tokens through the Ethereum aggregator. This opens up a lot of powerful and useful swap routes, so we're going to go through a few examples and show you how to use it. First, I'm at app.thorswap.finance, and you'll find the main DEX. Let's get a couple of wallets connected. Because THORSwap is a multi-chain DEX, you can have multiple wallets connected at the same time for the different chains. So first, let's get Avalanche connected. I can select a chain and see what wallets are compatible for connecting Avalanche, and I'm going to be using MetaMask for my Avalanche side. So let's get that connected, and that's connected. Avalanche address and our tokens. So now we can connect another wallet, and you of course only have to connect what chains you actually want to be using. Since I'm going to do a few examples, I'm just going to go ahead and connect a key store wallet for all of the remaining chains. So I've got every option. So I'll connect, upload my key store real quick, and now I've got all chains connected. So my AVAX is still connected with MetaMask, and I've got my other chains connected through my Keystore wallet. So I've got some AVAX here, so let's start there and swap from AVAX. And for this first example, let's just do a Avalanche chain native swap and just use this as an Avalanche DEX. So I can search for any token. Let's just get some USDT on AVAX first. I can see this is the one that's on AVAX chain. And let's swap most of this, leaving ourselves a little bit for gas. And you'll always be able to find the breakdown of fees right here if needed. This is using the aggregator. Even though USDT is a token on THORChain directly, this is finding a better price route by using the aggregator. So this is pulling liquidity from Pangolin on Avalanche. So even though both AVAX and USDT on Avalanche are both integrated into THORChain, this swap would not be efficient to do through THORChain. So in this case, it's just doing it directly through Pangolin liquidity pools. With aggregation, you can do a swap as simple as this on THORSwap now without having to go anywhere else, in addition to all of the cross-chain and more complex swaps that we'll get into in just a minute. But just starting with this simple swap, you can come to THORSwap to do this now. So let's just do this first swap, all within Avalanche. I'll confirm and I'll sign it in my connected wallet, which is MetaMask in this case. So let's sign this transaction. And really quickly, that swap completed. We've got our AVAX USDT in our wallet. Now let's go from this AVAX token USDT and let's do an aggregator to aggregator swap and end up at an ERC-20 token on Ethereum, which is aggregating from SushiSwap, Uniswap, and 1inch. So let's select our from asset. It will be this AVAX USDT. And let's swap this to Curve on Ethereum. So Curve ERC-20 ETH symbol. There we go. Let's swap all of this. And we'll see this is using multiple steps. So we're first using Pangolin, then we're using THORChain, and then we're using Uniswap. So that Avalanche USDT is being swapped to Avalanche. Then that native Avalanche is being swapped to native ETH on THORChain. And then that ETH is being swapped to Curve, in this case using Uniswap v2. The THORSwap API powering this will find the best optimal route. You do have options of other routes, but it will of course default to the one that gets you the most tokens out the other end. And also on the Avalanche side, this will soon be aggregating Trader Joe and 1inch for Avalanche tokens as well. So you'll have more options on the Avalanche side, the same way you're currently having multiple options on the Ethereum side. So let's approve this. You do have to approve the first time you're using the contract. This is just giving my wallet permission. That's done. And now we can do the swap, confirm, and sign that in MetaMask. So now that USDT is on its way through the multiple steps that we just talked through, and that curve will show up momentarily. As we get into more cross-chain swaps in just a second, the speed and gas, of course, depends on the blockchains you're actually using. So in this case, this gas was a bit higher than just within Avalanche. That's because I'm paying some Ethereum gas fees, though I don't actually have to have ETH. That's one of the great things about using THORSwap and THORChain. You only need the from asset. And in this case, you would need the gas asset. So to send this USDT on Avalanche, the gas is paid in AVAX. Everything else happens on the back end, but you are paying for that ETH gas, just not directly. So as I'll show in the next example in just a second, if you were swapping from Bitcoin to an Avalanche token, you would need nothing in your wallet except for Bitcoin. You wouldn't need to have any AVAX, any THORChain rune, any THORSwap Thor. All you would need is the from asset, which is a great feature. And we've got confirmation here in the pending transactions tab, and we can confirm in our wallet. Boom, ERC20 curve in our connected Ethereum wallet. So that is a super convenient way of going between Avalanche tokens and Ethereum tokens, as well as, of course, just straight up AVAX to ETH if you need to. Really great to be able to do that in one interface, doing your Avalanche only swaps, doing your multi-chain swaps just between Ethereum world and Avalanche world. And let's just do one more ETH ERC20 to Avalanche ERC20, but the other direction. So let's take that curve and let's take it all the way back to another Avalanche token. Let's do key on AVAX. So right here, and let's just do the max. So as I explained, the gas for this will be paid in ETH. I technically wouldn't need to have any AVAX or anything else to do this swap, just ETH in this case, because I'm sending a ERC20 on ETH to get this transaction started. This one is routing through 1inch, THORChain, and Pangolin. So curve to ETH, ETH to AVAX, and AVAX to key. So let's approve it from this side now. Sign that with my key store, which is connected for Ethereum, waiting for that to approve. A few seconds later, that's approved. So let's complete this swap. And our curve is on its way through 1inch to THORChain to Pangolin to give us our AVAX key on the other end. And quickly, our key has arrived in our Avalanche wallet. So let's now do some more cross-chain swaps. Let's take that key from AVAX, use the THORSwap aggregator, and end up on some other chains. So let's swap from key, and this is really the same process for any of the swaps with any of the chains. The only difference is, of course, the time that it takes depending on the chain, the gas, and that you need to have an appropriate wallet for the chain you're using connected, of course. So let's just go to the native asset tab. We could do BNB, Atom, Bitcoin, Litecoin. Let's do some Atom. So let's swap max to native Atom. This is using Pangolin liquidity and then using the THORChain pool for Avalanche to Atom. We'll approve this one, sign it to give permission, and then we'll go ahead with that swap, confirm, and sign this one. Now we've got the swap pending and we're just waiting for native Atom to show up in our wallet. This is, again, still using my key store, but this could also be Kepler, Ledger, few others as well. You can connect whichever wallet you're used to using. And we've got our Atom here received in our native Cosmos wallet. So that should get you going on doing swaps in all directions, whether that's within AVAX, just using liquidity pulled from Avalanche dexes, currently Pangolin and very soon 1inch and Trader Joe as well as using the Avalanche Aggregator to go to and from any AVAX token to any Ethereum token like Thor or 4,800 plus other ERC20s pulling from Sushi, 1inch, and Uniswap, as well as all the native assets that THORChain has integrated. There will continue to be more and more routes added, more and more tokens, so this will just get more and more powerful. And the API that powers this is also available as a service to other wallets, dApps, DEXs, any project that could utilize cross-chain swaps. Definitely reach out to THORSwap about integrating the Pathfinder API. So give it a try and test out the new Avalanche Aggregator. As always, if support is ever needed, there's a support tab down here and you can join the official THORSwap Discord and receive 24/7 help by opening a private ticket in the Discord. So go ahead and give these new features a try and try some swaps on THORSwap.